considered how secure your personal information is while shopping online? In the era of digitalization, online shopping has become a staple of our daily lives. However, as much as it offers convenience, it also presents a myriad of potential risks to our privacy and security. Imagine this. You're browsing through your favorite online store, adding items to your cart, and then checking out. It's a breeze, right? But have you ever stopped to think about where your personal and financial information goes after you hit that buy button? In the wrong hands, this data can be exploited, leading to identity theft or financial fraud. This is not meant to scare you, but to emphasize the importance of maintaining privacy and security while shopping online. In fact, a study by the Pew Research Center revealed that nearly half of all adults have experienced some form of data theft. So it's more than just an abstract concept. It's a reality we all need to reckon with. But worry not. By staying informed about app security features and updates, you can navigate the online shopping landscape more safely. Many online shopping apps now come with built-in security features. These can range from encryption, which scrambles your data to make it unreadable to hackers, to fraud detection systems that can identify and block suspicious activities. Moreover, app developers regularly roll out updates to address any security loopholes. So make sure to keep your apps updated to benefit from these enhancements. Also, it's always a good practice to read the privacy policy of the apps you use. Yes, it might seem like a tedious task, but it can provide valuable insights into how your data is collected, used, and protected. In the grand scheme of things, understanding the potential risks associated with online shopping apps and taking proactive measures to mitigate them can save you from a lot of headaches down the road. After all, prevention is better than cure. Remember, keeping your personal information secure while shopping online is as important as finding the best deals. When was the last time you updated your online shopping app password? A question worth pondering indeed. Now let's talk about why that's a question you should be asking yourself regularly. The world of online shopping is a vast and convenient place, but with convenience comes vulnerability. Your password is like the lock on your front door. You wouldn't want it to be easily pickable, would you? Strong and unique passwords act as formidable barriers against unauthorized access to your personal information. Think of it as a guard dog, keeping the unwelcome visitors away from your valuable data. The stronger the password, the better the guard dog, and the safer your personal information. So how do you train this guard dog? It's easier than you might think. Start by mixing it up. Use a combination of upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. This adds complexity to your password, making it harder for cybercriminals to crack. Avoid using common words, phrases, or information that can be easily guessed. Your pet's name or your birthday might be easy for you to remember, but they're also easy for someone else to guess. Instead, consider using a phrase, acronym, or a line from a song or poem that you like and intersperse it with numbers and symbols. And remember, each online shopping app deserves its own unique password. Using the same password across multiple platforms is like using the same key for your house, car, and office. If someone gets hold of that one key, they have access to everything. Consider using a password manager. These digital tools can create and store complex passwords for you, taking the burden of remembering each one off your shoulders. Keep in mind, though, that even the strongest password needs to be changed regularly. Cybersecurity is not a one-and-done deal. It's an ongoing process, like keeping your house clean. You wouldn't clean your house once and never do it again, right? A strong password is your first line of defense against unauthorized access to your personal information. So make it count. Scene script. Have you ever wondered what two-factor authentication is and how it can protect you? Let's dive into this topic and demystify it. Two-factor authentication, often abbreviated as 2FA, is a security measure that requires you to provide two forms of identification before you can access your account. It's like a double lock on your front door, offering an additional layer of protection. Now you might ask, why do I need this extra step? Well, imagine if someone managed to guess or steal your password. With only a single-factor authentication, they could easily break into your account. But with two-factor authentication, they would need another piece of information, often something that only you possess. So how does it work? Well, the first factor is something you know, like your password. The second factor is usually something you have, like your phone. After you enter your password, the system will ask ask for a second verification. This could be a unique code sent to your phone or an authentication app that generates time-sensitive codes. Now let's talk about how to enable this on your favorite online shopping apps. While the process might vary slightly from app to app, the basic steps are generally the same. First, go to your account settings. Look for an option that says Security or Privacy. Within this section, you should find an option to enable two-factor authentication. Follow the prompts to set it up. You might need to provide a mobile number or install an authentication app depending on the platform. Remember, enabling two-factor authentication might seem like a bit of a hassle, especially if you're in a hurry to grab that limited time deal. But the few extra seconds it takes to enter a second form of verification can make a world of difference in protecting your personal information. Consider it a small investment of your time for a significant boost in your online shopping security. With two-factor authentication, you add an extra layer of security to your online shopping experience. So why not give it a try? After all, it's better to be safe than sorry. Do you know what permissions your online shopping apps have on your device? It's a question that we often overlook, but it holds immense significance for our online safety. Apps on your device may request certain permissions to function properly. These permissions range from access to your camera and microphone, to your location, contacts, and even your storage. In the context of online shopping apps, some permissions are necessary. For instance, access to your location can help the app calculate shipping costs and delivery times. However, not all permissions requested are essential to your shopping experience. Unnecessary permissions can pose potential risks. For instance, does your shopping app really need access to your microphone or your contacts? Probably not. Granting such permissions unnecessarily may expose your personal information and could potentially be exploited. So, how can you review and manage these permissions to ensure your personal data isn't unnecessarily exposed? Firstly, always read the permissions requested by an app before installing it. Most app stores provide this information on the app's download page. If an app is asking for more permissions than necessary, it's a red flag. Secondly, on your device, you can usually find a list of app permissions in the settings. On many devices, this is under Apps or Application Manager. Here, you can see what permissions each app has and can change them as needed. Thirdly, be mindful of updates. Sometimes app updates come with new permissions. Always review these before updating the app. Lastly, if an app is asking for a permission that doesn't make sense, don't be afraid to deny it. If the app doesn't function without it, consider if it's worth the potential risk. Remember, you are in control of your device and your personal information. By understanding and managing app permissions, you can help protect your personal data from unnecessary exposure. By managing app permissions, you control what personal information your online shopping apps can access. So, what else can you do to ensure a secure and private online shopping experience? Well, beyond passwords and authentication, there are other proactive measures you can adopt to keep your personal information under lock and key. Let's delve into some of these. Firstly, keep your shopping apps updated. Developers constantly work to fix bugs and enhance security features, so don't ignore those update notifications. Think of them as reinforcements to your security fortress. Regular updates not only improve your user experience but also boost your protection against the latest cyber threats. Secondly, resist the temptation to store your card details on shopping apps. Yes, it's convenient, but it's also a treasure trove for cyber criminals. Instead, consider using digital wallets or secure payment services. These tools offer an extra layer of security as they mask your card details and keep them out of the reach of prying eyes. Lastly, be mindful of the network you're using for online shopping. Public Wi-Fi networks are often unsecured and can be a playground for hackers. Always opt for a secure private network when making purchases online. If you must use a public network, consider using a VPN, a virtual private network. VPNs encrypt your data, making it much harder for anyone to intercept and steal your information. Remember, security is not a one-time event, but a continuous process. Stay informed about the latest security features and threats. Don't be complacent, be proactive. Your personal information is precious and deserves the highest level of protection. Armed with these tips, you can confidently navigate your online shopping apps knowing your personal information is secure. Your online shopping experience should be enjoyable and stress-free, and with these proactive measures, it can be just that.